get you out of my mind. It's like I feel it for the first time. Been thinking about you all night. I've been searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who can treat me right. Your dark hair with those eyes so bright. They look into my soul and it sparks my life. Can I take you there? Like it was the first time, do you remember? Can I take you there?
Well, hello. You already know what it is. It's your boy, Sal Williams.
And CHANI Williams.
And you're watching Life After Sunday. Welcome back, lifers, to our channel. But if this is your first time here, please click the subscribe button and join the Life After Sunday family. The LES family is strong and we're growing.
We're so glad you're watching, and
Absolutely.
we want you to continue to watch with us and continue to give us feedback and let us know what else you want to see. But we want to talk about some very specific things today.
Yes, very, very serious topics that we want to go over. And the reason why we felt that we wanted to go over these things is because we're a family. We're a YouTube family now, and we're a community, and it took us a long time, and we apologize to our lifers that were asking about this and asking us to speak on this, and we have been battling ourselves. Actually, and we apologize if we came off very selfish, but we have been battling us even talking about this situation. One of the reasons why is because, and my wife and I had this conversation, we did not want to come off as trolling. And just disclaimer, just to let you guys know, we are not a drama channel.
No drama. No drama.
We do encourage, we do show support, and we do uplift, and this is a channel about faith, family, love, fun, and encouraging one another as a people, as a whole, as a community. And so we didn't want to put out this video. We were not going to speak on this, and God kept bringing it on our heart and kept speaking to us about it, kept speaking to us, and I'm like, people are gonna think we're trolling, trying to get views. Look, you don't have to like this video. We don't need to monetize anything. We're not trying to get monetary gain or anything like that. We just felt God was calling us to speak about this situation.
And also another disclaimer that we want to make sure, it said that this is not about any facts or truth behind anything, because we don't have the ultimate, like, absolute truth of any of the situations. We just know what we've observed, and sometimes that's more misleading than anything. But apparently there's something on in each of these situations, and so we just wanted to touch on them because a lot of people and a lot of the YouTube community, a lot of the press and the world are looking at these things, and you know, because we have a platform now where we get to speak on certain things, we definitely want to do that sometimes, but in a careful way. So so that's what we're here to do today, and we hope that you will like and also give us some feedback. What do you guys feel? What have you
comment
learned?
below? Is
there some things we're missing? Or light that could be shed. So and hopefully you guys will stand in prayer and in truth, or in the hope of finding out truth for these people in these situations. So.
Absolutely. And just so you guys know, first off, I want to talk about, before we get into the meat of everything, I just want to talk about our relationship. My wife and I are going on 16 years of marriage. I love this lady. How you doing, baby? My wife, I love you so much, and I thank you for sticking by me, you know, and I know that I could be a trip sometime too. And, you know.
He said it, not me.
Well, it's what it is.
No, he's a good trip.
The thing is, people go through whatever they go through in marriages and relationships and things like that. Nobody's perfect.
Right.
You know, nobody's perfect.
Puts up with me at times.
And everyone has their issues. No matter who you are, it doesn't matter. Who are we to judge? Who are we to pass judgment on anybody else's relationship, on anybody else's decision, on anybody else's life?
Meghan Markle, nobody feels sorry for you. You knew what you were signing up for, girl.
We're not here to pass judgment. We can't, because even the Bible talks about, look, those without sin cast the first stone. If your relationship is perfect, then you cast the first stone. But you can't sit here, or no one can sit and pass judgment on someone else and think that their relationship is all good.
Don't make me...
Wendy Williams in tears after being asked about her divorce from Kevin Hunter.
And things like that. So, and that's one of the things that we want to talk about. And so...
And if you do have a perfect relationship, you should be making a YouTube video and tell everybody else how to do it.
So I wanted to bring up, first of all, you know, as we get into these two stories, of course, as you see by the title, this is a message to the Ace family.
Someone told me love was...
You guys, if you don't know who the Ace family is, they're actually the most famous YouTube family on YouTube with 17.7. Well, at the time of this situation that happened, they had 17.7. At the time of this video, they had 17.6 million followers. And I don't know, I can't say, you know, they lost followers because of, you know, the allegations or whatever the case may be, but it did go down. And I'm not passing judgment because we don't know what the real truth is.
And if you do not know who they are, I want you to reach down real far and I want you to lift real hard and pick up that rock that you've been living under. No, just kidding. Just kidding. No.
No, but not everybody know who
a lot of
the
people don't know who we are.
Family
and
is.
So a lot of people don't know who we are.
And people don't even know that Ace is not their last name. Some people don't know that. A stands for Austin, Catherine, and L, which is Austin is the father, Catherine is the mother, and L is their first child, their daughter, and now they have another daughter, Alea. And so anyway, but the ACE is the acronym for those three names before they have the last child.
I also want to say that we do not know them.
We don't know them personally.
We don't know them at all. We just, you know, have watched them like anybody else on YouTube. And
we don't know the royal family either.
Honestly, let me just say, they're a cute family. Like they're a
beautiful family.
Kind of an infectious little family to watch. You know, they do exude positivity and you know, and I think that, you know, they're relatable in some ways, you know what I mean? So,
and we're not saying everything that's said about them is true or false or anything like that, but I want to start off.
We don't condone everything either, because we're different. We're very different as well, and so we're not saying any of that is that you know, we condone everything they do, or you know, it's not about that at all. This is solely about taking rumors and divisiveness and things that that you don't know what validity there is to something, and being able to process it for yourself and not run with it, because you never know what the other side of the story is. Right,
absolutely. The other thing too is I wanted to talk about, first I wanted to talk about our relationship, but I know this is not what this actually is about, but it is, in some way it is, because we can only take from what we've experienced in our own relationship and who inspire us, and I want to say that we're going on 16 years of a strong marriage, and most of you guys don't know that we came from Hollywood as well. We managed a few celebrities as well. I don't know if you guys know that as well,
but it was just, you know, working actors too.
Right.
Models and people,
but we know how it is to be under the scrutiny of media. We know how it is to be, you know, in the public eye and go through the different scrutiny. So we know in some sense, but maybe it's not on Meghan Markle's, you know, level of scrutiny, you know, because she married into the royal family. So maybe it's not in that capacity, but we've had our share of drama in Hollywood and things like that.
You've actually been on TMZ, believe it or not. Oh, yeah, I think you were.
Yeah, also TMZ.
What's going on, Quentin? What's going on with you, man? Okay.
This guy right here, Sal Williams,
the mayor of LA.
Right here, Corey Crimson.
No, well, he let me just share this on that.
Trip. It was a trip on how it was construed and everything like that. So we understand how people can twist stories and things like that. So that's why we said we want to talk about these two specific, the Royals and the Ace family. But first, before I get into that, I want to say a lot of times we're inspired, and one of the families that inspired me was recently some friends of mine, some friends of ours that we saw that are celebrating their 18th year anniversary, marriage anniversary, and that's Steve and Pasha Carter. I want to shout out to them. We love your family. We love you guys. We admire you guys. Such a beautiful family. Steve and Pasha Carter with 4 beautiful children, 2 boys, 2 girls. Amazing, amazing people, entrepreneurs. Link below it's going to be a link below to them. Go look for them. They are huge entrepreneurs and business icons, and we really, really admire them and look up to them as well. So shout out to you and happy anniversary and congratulations to you. You guys inspire us. We're catching up. We're going on our 16th year, and we know that you guys are in your 18th year, celebrating your 18th, year wedding or marriage anniversary. So anyway, moving right along, the first family I want to talk about is the royal family. And the reason why we had been looking at some articles and being caught up on news and things that are current and things like that. And one of the things that we caught was an interview by Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, right? The Duchess of Sussex. And say that real fast 5 times. 5 times. Okay. Duchess of Sussex. No, I'm not even gonna try it. But anyway, so we saw the article, or actually we saw the interview.
When I first met my now husband, my friends were really happy because I was so happy, but my British friend said to me, I'm sure he's great, but you shouldn't do it because the British tabloids will destroy your life. And I very naively, I'm American, we don't have that there. What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not in tabloids. I didn't get it.
And then we saw the backlash that she received from that interview.
On the royal situation. But please, don't try to garner sympathy from us. You knew what you were doing. By the way, your friend is a hater. And so whoever told you that, if someone in fact told you that, she needs to be dismissed. I like them. I really do like them. But her, there's something about her. You know what I'm saying? Meghan Markle, nobody feels sorry for you. You knew what you were signing up for, girl.
I just want to say, as a human being, no one deserves to be drugged through any kind of mud, no matter who you are or no matter who your marriage choice is. Look, we are human. And we go through whatever we go through, we make the choices that we make. But to say, you knew what you were getting into, it's your fault or things like that, love is love. You don't say, if you had a chance to marry a prince, would you be like, you know what? The media is going to be all over me.
Look, I'm sorry, I can't. Goodbye, Keith.
If you're really a prince, I'll marry you.
I love this dude, but how would you feel?
To go back to it, it was. I actually watched the full documentary of that it was based around. It was actually, I believe, it was made to be presented as this beautiful image of Harry and Meghan going out and around to places in Africa. This documentary was actually this beautiful, I believe it was really meant to really portray a beautiful image of Harry and Meghan going out through Africa on this journey to visit many parts of Africa, and most importantly some parts of Africa particularly that his mother, the late Princess Diana, had went through as well. And he actually walked down some of the same paths and visited some of the places, and they have a foundation that you know, they run and things like that. So they were kind of just going around to all those different areas and visiting places, and you know, and what I saw and what I witnessed was a beautiful portrayal of, you know, a young beautiful couple who happens to be royal now,
right,
but also happens to be you know, kind of young pioneers too, in a way where, you know, Meghan is a young beautiful black woman. She is you know, she's outspoken.
Shout out to you, Meghan.
You know,
stay strong, girl.
She's
stay
outspoken, and she's you know, she comes from not royalty, but she comes from, in fact, a broken family, and also the world of entertainment. So it's very different from what the world is that she walked into with Prince Harry. And so you know, it was this beautiful portrayal and this wonderful image, you know, of them kind of going through. And she even says, as she's addressing, you know, this school of girls, she's saying how, you know, I'm your sister. And, you know, it just was this, you know, they're getting down on the same level and hugging these kids. And it just was a beautiful image to me. And then you get to the parts where they start interviewing Meghan in particular, and she starts.
So what? She was standing up. So what? She had on a trench coat. It was an interview. It was what it is. You gotta stop being so critical of people.
But she was asked some questions, and in my mind, all I could be was, number one, I was kind of heartbroken for some of the stuff that I saw. Not even in so much what she said. You can see almost in her eyes that she just was broken by.
It's not enough to just survive something, right? Like, that's not the point of life. You've got to thrive. You've got to feel happy. And I think I really tried to adopt this British sensibility of a stiff upper lip. I really tried. But I think that what that does internally is probably really damaging.
And by so many things that's gone on in this whole process, and so you see that brokenness. You see her trying to be collected and calculated and wise about her words. You know, what I saw was a poised woman of character and of class, and trying her absolute best to really hold it together, and at the same time having the courage enough, and which is what I commended, the courage enough to be honest about where she was, even if that was just in the most minute way of sharing that. Of course, it's being ripped to shreds at this point, but I believe it's important to be honest about where you are, so that people can understand whether they, you know, whether they should or have the right to or not. I'm glad that she was at least somewhat honest about, you know.
Yeah, what it is she's going through with the scrutiny of the media.
Heavy lies and things like that going on.
Right. And being, what my wife said about being ripped to shreds is she's getting a lot of backlash, a lot of scrutiny through the British press. And nobody deserves that. That's what happened to Princess Diana. And it caused, a lot of that caused her demise, and rest in peace to Princess Diana. But she was doing a lot of good for a lot of people, and she does not deserve to be going through that same backlash and, you know, driven to her grave early, God forbid. But what I wanted to talk about with that was, and she talked about being ripped to shreds, not just by the press. You know, specifically and particularly, I wanted to speak on, you know, Wendy Williams. Now, Wendy Williams said on her show publicly, look, we get enough scrutiny as minorities, as women, as whatever it is that you're already going through. We don't need our own peers or our own,
whatever the stigma is that you already carry on your back.
Right. We don't need extra from our own people that should be supporting us and praying for us. we don't need that extra. And Wendy Williams said something on that show. She knew what she was getting into, and it really sound and look, I'm not trying to throw any shade on you, Wendy, but it really sounded like you were a little bitter because she had called in earlier when she was working on the show Suits that she had called to be a...
Upon a time, there was an innocent girl named Megan, and she wanted to be a runway model here at Wendy. And Suzanne?
Yeah. Well, she wanted to be an expert.
Tell it!
Okay, so she called up our talent department. She called our lovely bookers, Carrie and Siobhan, and she said, I'm Meghan Markle from Suits, and we were there.
Right.
I was like, what?
Tell it.
She said, I'm really into fashion.
Go.
I would love to come to your show and be a fashion expert and do the runway and all that stuff. And they said, all right, we'll come by our office. We'll meet with you.
And she was actually in the office. Yep. Not this one right here, but across the street. We got 2 buildings on the block. This is my block.
Yep, so she...
Go ahead. Go ahead.
She came in, she sat down, and they met with her, and they talked with her about
I do believe that we even have a picture, except it's not ready right now. We have a picture of her standing in the Wendy building across the street.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Yes, it's somewhere in the still store.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So then, yeah, so she wanted to be on the show. They chatted with her, and they thought that she'd be perfect to come here and do it. And then by the time we decided to book her,
she was already engaged.
Yup.
Nobody feels sorry for you. You knew what you were signing up for, girl.
A model or work on your show, and right after that, when y'all called her back to come in, she had already, you know, got engaged to Prince Harry. Listen, that's her life. That's her love life, and you don't have a right. You don't have a right. I don't have a right. No one has a right to dictate or determine, you know, what she deserves or who she marries or anything like that. And it's what she's going through is not her fault. She's not going to say no to love and falling in love with the man she married and have a child with because of she knows the backlash or scrutiny. Nobody knows until you're in that situation, you know?
She mentioned one time in the interview that you know, her British friends had told her, you know, her American friends had supported her about getting married into the royal family, but her British friends were like, you know, I'm sure he's great, but I wouldn't do it if I were you. They're gonna rip you to shreds, you know? So Wendy kind of took that and was like, you know, you knew better. You
knew better.
You already knew.
They were haters.
Nobody feels bad for you. And it was like, God.
I do feel bad for her. And speaking of that, like, I feel bad for you too, Wendy. Here's why. Because for someone that has gone through a public divorce, and even when you're in interviews and you're talking about this divorce and your family, and you get emotional and you get, no one said or bashed you in public and said,
no, my name is Wendy Hunter. Okay. And that's my son's name. And you can't take away, don't make me.
Said, hey, that's what you get. You knew what you was getting into, or
and
whatever the case may be.
They shouldn't have.
They shouldn't have. And again, we pray for you as well, Wendy. We pray for you as well, because you, of all people, should know how that feels to be going publicly through something in that kind of situation. So I found it a little bit ironic and a little bit unfair for you to say something like that, where clips have been shown of you crying when an interview or a reporter asks you about...
Really adored. Please don't make me cry.
Okay, I won't.
I'm sorry. Oh my God. I didn't plan on this, but it is what it is. I have got to go.
Reporter asks you about your husband's wild escapades with other women, you know, and your divorce. And no, I'm telling you that we want to support you as well, and we want to pray for you as well. We don't wish ill on anyone, and we're here about encouragement and empowerment and bringing a positive vibe to this YouTube community, to this media community, to this celebrity community as well. Who are we? We're just people who care. We believe that it is our duty as believers to pray one for another, to pray for our brothers and sisters, no matter who you are, no matter what your sexual orientation, no matter what color you are. We're here to encourage you to do you, right? You're a child of God, no matter if you believe that or not. So I want to share something, and this talks about the 10 R's of relationship. Now, this is the devotional that we would like to thank Actually, there's going to be a link down below. Dave Martin, International for providing this this plan. And we do a lot of devotionals, my wife and I and my family, my boys as well. And this was specific to this actual topic that we're going over, because it hit on something, and I'm going to just read it real quick. The first part of this devotional says, realize people matter and show them how much. Your level of effectiveness in any relationship will be in direct proportion to the amount of care and concern you have for the people in that relationship. Only when you love people and demonstrate their value to you will you have a rewarding connection. Everyone needs reassurance of their worth. Everyone. I tell my wife every day, I tell my children every day that I love them. We need assurance of the worth. We need that edification. So anyway, as you daily interact with those around you, remind yourself that each person you meet has encountered waves of criticism. Isn't that right, Wendy? Condemnation and inferiority. You can change their outlook and their demeanor with your words. Your expressions of encouragement can be the catalyst that creates lasting change in their lives and the inspiration that makes them flourish. Listen, words matter. Out of abundance of the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Words matter. And what you speak into somebody's life matter. So speak encouragement, uplift someone. Don't tear them down when they're already going through something.
And at the same time, that may be, again, like he said, it may have been said out of your own hurt as well. So that's, and you know, that happens, you know, sometimes hurt people, but it's important to be conscious, because I think God holds us accountable for our words and our actions, and I know he does. And so
absolutely,
it's important to utilize platforms in the best way possible, and to share certain things. And I know you do what you do, and you know, we do what we do, everybody does what they do, but it's important to spread certain things, especially in this particular day and age, in this particular time. It's important to impart mercy. Matthew 5:7 says, blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy.
Absolutely.
So it's important to share mercy with others so you can receive it right back. And
absolutely.
So that's just something we wanted to share. Make sure we're conscious of what we give off toward others, because we may go through a similar thing. And
absolutely, you
know, and there's so many things you have to think about. You know, at this point, there's all these things in question. Emotional health, mental health, the mental well-being of Megan and her family. I shout out her husband, Prince Harry, for
it's hard.
You know, all that he's going through. He's standing with his wife and dealing with, from what it sounds like, division
as you should, right?
Between him and his mother. I'm sorry, excuse me, him and his brother, and his family, and all the things that they're having to deal with. And he's really trying to support his wife and stand against. And they're filing lawsuits and doing whatever they have to do to make sure that they're taking a stand. And I commend that, because it's very important to stand up for your family.
Absolutely.
And the safety and the protection of your family.
So to you, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and your son, Archie, we're praying for you.
I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the Ace family. Before I get into the specific incident that happened with
Cole Kerrigan, who's a beauty vlogger, he posted a video about 2 weeks ago. And it was, you know, I know he started off saying it was not a drama channel, because he's a beauty vlogger, but the allegations in this video,
oh my God,
caused caused an uproar across media channels and media platforms everywhere. And then later on, I mean, he manipulated some of the texts, some of the things that he showed, and Drama Alert called him out on it. And said, look, you didn't see, I was being sarcastic. So you'll see the clips, and we can leave links to those things. But I wanted to speak about Cole. I don't know I don't know who he is, other than, that he's a beauty blogger. And I know he was part of Team 10 and moved out of Team 10 and surrounded around a bunch of different things that are just not healthy. not healthy to this YouTube community, not healthy to himself. And, you know, and he later had to retract some of the things that he said because he was out of pocket. He was out of pocket, and who brought him out that he was out of pocket. Not, it wasn't Drama Alert. It was the other lady, other young lady who he was claiming was a part of this situation. And we don't know what actually happened, but she made a statement and said Austin had nothing to do with this. And I'm not saying that Austin, you know, is innocent of all things and he never cheated, because, you know, his allegations everywhere. And I'm not anyone, you know, to say that he's done something wrong or, you know, something negative, or he cheated on Catherine. That's none of our business. We're only here to say to you as a family, Austin, Catherine, Elle, Alea, we are praying for you. We hold you up, we encourage you. We're praying for the two young ladies that were in these allegations. We're also praying for you too, Cole. Listen, and anybody else that has something to say negative about the family, about Cole, about Drama Alert, about you know, all of these other people who just troll and say negative things, we're praying for you as well. This is not what the YouTube founders created this platform for. This is not what this is about. This is not what this community is about. We're supposed to be a community and use this platform for good and not evil. And so we want to just tell you and encourage you, Ace family, that we are praying for you. And as believers, we can say that we love you. We love you too, Cole. We love you too, Drama Alert. We love you too, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and your families. And the reason why we wanted to share this video is we haven't seen any video encouraging. We saw a lot of people trolling on it and
saw a lot of
commenting about it.
A whole lot of negativity, and there's a whole lot of speculation. And, and what we realized in all of that is that, number one, nobody knows the truth. Like, nobody has any idea what really actually happened. Only the people that were in the supposed situation, whether it was the people pointed out or not. And so it's just very important that we just state and put out there that, you know, we just want to show that, you know, in this YouTube community, it's important. And then in the world as a whole, with people, you know, in general, you should love others first.
Absolutely.
And it also should be innocence until proven guilty on any allegation ever. And then it also should be that in the event that there was some, you know, wrongful acts and you know, anything like that, any kind of course, rape or anything on that crazy level, of course, the people should be brought. I don't even like that word. Let's say sexual assault. The people should be brought to justice, whatever the case is. So that goes for
we pray for that family.
That
those
goes
families
for the
as well.
person that may have done the act, but then also in the event that these people are just generating stories and, you know, manufacturing lies and say they are, you know, in the business of extortion, they should also be brought to justice. So we just don't know, but all we know is that we pray for whatever, you know, whatever it is, that it comes to light and that nobody's wrongfully accused. And we also want to share that, again, the essence of this entire video is to support and to show love and to say whatever the truth is, let it be known in whatever court of justice or however it's dealt with. May it be dealt with in the right way.
Absolutely.
And may we be more mature as you know, society, and make sure that we're not tearing people down and not ripping people apart and seeking gain. You know, I understand that, you know, the McBroom family is, you know, I guess they have a high net worth, and so it's easy to say that, you know, people could also be just trying to get money out of them. Like, it's not a surprise.
Absolutely.
But, and it's also not fair to say that just because they're YouTubers or put themselves out there in the public eye, that they deserve anything that they get either. So we just wanted to say those things. We want to say that we are a family that is is in the YouTube world at this point, and
absolutely.
And we would never ever want to be in those shoes. But in the event that we were ever in those shoes, we only pray for God's covering. We only pray for the love and the support of you guys, our LAS family, but also the general public and anybody watching any story, that you would seek truth, and you would seek to know, you know, what really happened before you immediately turn your back on people and just kind of drop them at, you know, at the drop of a hat. So so be loyal and be loving.
Absolutely.
Love others, you know, as you would love yourself, right?
Absolutely. And just to piggyback on what my wife said, we refuse to be a channel full of drama. We refuse to be a channel that spreads negativity, but we encourage people that's coming from a place of love and encouragement. You know, as children of the Most High, we refuse for the nonsense and to use this platform for nonsense. And if you're out there and you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, or you're thinking about commenting on what we just said or anything that has happened, remember that those without sin can cast the first stone. None of us are perfect. We're all under grace, and that's unmerited favor. We're all under grace. So don't for a minute think because you got money, because you're a celebrity, because you're on television, that you're an authority on anything. You know, and that's what we, as a society, that's what we have to get away from. Most people think that your knowledge is based on how much money you have. You become an expert in this because you're a billionaire, or you're a millionaire, or you're a thousandaire. That's not the case. That's not the case at all. Your measure of how much you have in your bank account is not measured on how much knowledge you have on love, on relationship, on different issues, on emotional stress, or whatever the case may be. That means you made some right decisions and got some coin in the bank. You made some bags. You know what I mean? But
hopefully it was with the right decision.
Right, but don't get caught up in thinking that because someone has money or someone's on television that they're the end all and be all and the ultimate authority on people's lives and on people's situation when they're going through their own situation. So don't be so quick to judge. Don't be so quick to judge. We're not here to judge anyone. Across everyone that we talked about, we are here to encourage, show love on both sides, whether it be victims, you know, the two women involved, the press, whatever the case may be in both of these families. We're here to say the Ace family, the Royal family, we are here. There are people out there praying for you like ourselves, and we will use our platform. And look, we're nothing big, nothing special, but we are believers, and we believe that we can use this platform for good and not for evil.
So we continue to encourage you guys to operate in that same way. You're our LAS family, Life After Sunday family, because we enjoy speaking into you guys, and we enjoy receiving from you guys as well. And our hope is to shed light and hope that the light of Jesus shines through and shown and sent out to the world, whether we have 1,000 subscribers, whether we have 5 million,
right?
Whatever
so
it is,
it doesn't matter.
We just want to share, because the important thing is the one. If it just shares and touches, sheds light on the one, and changes a life or changes a mindset, changes a heart, then that's what we're doing it for. And so again, like you said, we may not even be able to monetize this. Like, who cares? We don't even know.
It's not about that.
But
it's not about that. And we pray for also, absolutely. And we also pray for you too, Troy's TV.
Because we're able to have the freedom to to not have a certain, you know, routine or certain rhythm, but the only rhythm we want to operate by is love, and you know, and hopefully giving God glory in everything we do. We will have fun, and we will be doing goofy stuff. We are, you know,
we want to show you our lives,
but we want to also just show you different components of us and you know, what life looks like for us, being believers. And so whatever that is, we hope that you can take something away from that. So let us know what you took away from today's conversation, and let us know what next topic you'd like to hear about in these little
comment below. We hope that this has brought value to you, from watching our channel. We love all of you guys. We thank you. The LAS family, the Life After Sunday family has grown so much. And we want to thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
And anything that we can do for you guys, we will do for you guys, because you guys are troopers. You're part of our family. You are lifers. We call you guys lifers. So merchandise is coming soon. The Life After Sunday merch is coming soon. I was talking to the company today, just so you know. So a lot of things are happening.
He's gonna design everything.
I'm not. It's a collaborative effort, but we just want to tell you, we want to make merchandise that you're gonna love, that you're gonna wear, not just to say, oh, I'm part of the LAS family, I'm a lifer, but wear it because it's stylish and you love it. You know what I mean? And it means something. Being a lifer means more than just watching us on YouTube. We have this channel to impact the world. You're a part of something bigger than just us, and we're part of something bigger than ourselves as well. So
absolutely. So speaking of being a lifer, and speaking of giving us feedback and joining the family, we have a couple of lifers that we want to shout out to. So
absolutely. You got a couple, and I got a couple too.
Yeah, let's do it a little different. I have a couple already, and then I think he has.
I have a couple too.
So I'm gonna let him go first, because he looks like he's ready to go.
And look like you're ready to go too. But here's what I want to tell you guys. We're gonna always shout you out, because you guys always show us love and show us support. So we want to give that back to you, because we love you, and we want to say to you, we're praying for you as well. So this shout out.
Prayer requests, let us know too. We will pray for you, and we will definitely we may share with our family.
Absolutely.
The prayers. So if you would like us to, so let us know.
Absolutely. So this Life After Sunday shout out goes to Butte for LME.
I know who that is.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
you know who that is too.
Oh, I do.
She's actually
Butte for LME.
She was actually our first caller on our radio show.
Oh wow!
Way back when. She's been a longtime supporter, and we love her to death. It is our friend, our very own Melba.
Oh, that's Melba. What's up, Melba? We love you, girl. And also this goes to
you're amazing.
Dylan.win15. Dylan.win15 and Butte for LME and Dylan.win, WIN 15. You guys can see that right there.
Okay, my turn.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Turn. No, so we also want to give. I'm gonna give 3 of them because I feel like.
Go ahead, girl.
So
I hugged it for you guys.
Are giving a shout out today to Love My Rams. Thank you for subscribing.
Love My Rams. Shout out to you. We love you, bro. Thank you so much. Or sis. I don't know.
We are giving a shout out to Deandra Miller.
Deandra Miller
for life.
And
she followed directions.
Absolutely.
Shout out to you. And then finally we have our new subscriber, Hype_Pixels YT. We love you.
Hype_Pixels YT.
We appreciate you guys, and we are so grateful for you. So thank you so much.
And also keep in mind, if you would like a post notification shout out from the Life After Sunday family, all you have to do is click the subscribe button, click the bell, which is the bell notification, so that you get notified when we post new videos as well. And we're going to post more often.
It keeps you in the loop. Stay in the loop.
Yeah, stay in the loop. Also, when you click the bell button, you have to please leave a comment so we'll know who you are. And then leave a comment in the number 4 and the word life, LIFE.
Faux life.
Faux life, because you're a lifer, so it's faux life. So anyway, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and end this video. And like usual, we will see you after Sunday.
Thanks for watching, guys. We love you.
Peace.
Hey, it's me, Judah. Please subscribe to the channel.
Been thinking about you all night. I've been searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who